We're making juicy roast chicken with a crunchy skin everyone loves to eat. Welcome to Help at Home, your resource for great recipes and easy learning. I'm Jim Hightower. Today, a delicious roast chicken with that crunchy skin that everybody loves. This is just a small 6-pound roasting hen in the package. Just thought I'd show you. Let's get this out of the package so we can get started. If you just want to bake it straight through with no fuss and muss, that's the regular method. 350 degrees, 20 minutes per pound, and add 15 minutes on to the end. That's just a rule. But if you want that nice crispy skin that everybody loves, including me, then you want to do method 2, which is preheat your oven to 450 degrees. And then we'll put that in for 10 to 15 minutes so that it will crisp up the skin, and then we'll turn it down to 350 and continue cooking at 20 minutes per pound and leave off the 20 extra minutes. Or was it 15? What you'll need is a roasting pan, and this is what it is. Most ovens come with one, and it's just a semi-deep, semi-shallow dish, and it has this top with the vents in it to let juices go through, and sits right on top. That's handy. Spray it with some olive oil or wipe it with some grease or something so the chicken doesn't stick, and you're good to go. We're using the wall oven today that I never use on camera, and before we get started, I want to make a special shout out to the engineers at Whirlpool for the wonderful inclusion of this cooling fan with a clanky motor. You don't find consideration like that nowadays. At any rate, while the oven is heating up, we get our chicken. On this end, you can see there's nothing in there. On this end, you have to do a little research here, and you'll find what Julia Child calls the treasures in cooking. Your giblets and heart and liver and all that other nasty stuff. Now, to make a great roast chicken, all you need is something to baste with, like melted butter, olive oil, or even cooking oil. And then your favorite seasonings. Of course, we like the McCormick Grill Mates Smokehouse Maple that you've seen before. But some people like to be purist and they just do the salt and pepper. So here we go. Our oven is preheated to 450. We're doing the method number 2, the crispy method. And you just baste it with that butter. Be careful so you don't get wham all over your shirt. That's all there is to it. Then, liberally, give it a good shake of your seasonings. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. I wish you could smell it. Here, scratch and sniff TV. We're going over to the oven. There's the smoke. Push it to the back. Close it. Set your timer for 15 minutes. Leave it alone and come back after that 15 minutes, and then we'll turn down the oven to 350. Meanwhile, back in the kitchen, the oven is clanking just the way the Whirlpool engineers meant it to. Our 15 minutes are up, and you can see it's already looking nice and crispy. So you just quickly baste it. Be sure and get it all around so you can help keep it nice and juicy at the same time. And then you close the door quickly so that your oven does not cool off. Set your timer for 30 minutes. Grab your cup of coffee, head to the computer, and go play. See, this is so easy. Your child can do it, and they probably have. So, there you go. You baste, season, bake. Baste, baste, baste. You can make a little dance. Bake, season, baste, baste, baste. Bake. Meanwhile, back in the kitchen, we're still clanking along, and it's now been 45 minutes. And what you need to do now is to somehow add in 15 minutes so that we can make it 1 hour, because we need 2 hours. Ooh, look at that. Looking yummo. Now, what you hear is those sizzling juices that have dripped down into the bottom of the roasting pan through those vent holes. At this time, I would go ahead And just for grins, turn it around and let it roast that way. I have about 5 minutes left on my 15 minutes. After that, I'll reset the timer for 30 minutes and we'll be good to go for an hour and 30. It's been 30 more minutes and that makes an hour and a half. Woo! That's getting beautiful. Alright. That took a little too long. Remember, you want to get in and out as soon as possible. Set your timer for 30 more minutes. It's getting nice and brown, and so before we go for that last 30 minutes, let's go ahead and check it with our meat thermometer. It should be 165 if it's ready. Ooh, 182. And yeah, do the old vlogger style here. 176. So we want that out so that it does not get too dry. This is one reason that you want to check it in that last 30 minutes, or even before then, because it just took about an hour and a half instead of the 2 hours, and so you never know, even when you think you do. Let it rest now for 10-15 minutes, even half an hour, so that the juices will go back in and your meat will still be juicy and tender. This lovely golden brown outside skin will be nice and crackly and delicious. By the way, the old wife might say, well, you just have to cover it with foil after you take it out of the oven so that it'll stay juicy. In my test, it seems the skin does a pretty good job of keeping the juices in all by itself. It's been about 20 minutes, and I let it cool and recompose and let the juices go back into the meat, and it should just be super yummy. So it's nice to have a good little carving knife, and you can just slice a little piece off. Oh, that's so juicy. You can even still see the steam coming off. Now, look at that skin, and look at how tender this meat is. It's just, look at this. And then of course, I'm going to take a piece of this crispy skin. Oh, the flavor. And if your kids are being noisy, give them some of this and it'll give them something to chew on, kind of like gum. Storage tips. As always, if you're going to store this instead of eating it right away, you must let it cool to room temperature or it will sour and you'll be sad. And just remember, if you always thought you could never roast a chicken or a turkey, you can. And if you have a responsible roommate or child, they can do the basting for you. If you like this recipe for juicy roast chicken with a crispy brown skin that everyone likes to eat, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and share with your friends who like to cook or just want to learn how. Drop me a line in the comments below about your experiences with this delicious roast chicken and what else you'd like to see in the kitchen. Click the bell in the top right hand corner for notifications. I'm Jim Hightower, and remember, everyone needs help, even me. Let's get that flopper, but I don't have time for that. You may not either. Also, you might have noticed my beet cram. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and share with your friends, and I don't like that. And what else you'd like to see in the kitchen. I'm Jim Hightower, and oh no, I'm not. Darn it.